What's good, everyone? It's me, Matrix, aka Bacon King 48, and I am bringing you guys another analysis video this week. 2 videos this week. That's pretty darn good. But the thing about this analysis video is, this thing's over a week late. So, the reason this video hasn't came up, and my week 1 video hasn't came up yet, because I have been busy with work. And let me tell you, it's been a pain in my rear. But anyways, guys, we got a new league, new team. We are here with the new Carolina Lycanrocs logo, by the way, which I love. Love. Shout out to my boy, my pal, my brother, Joltz, aka the Arabian. Anyways, guys, we got a good team. This league is run by Joltz, and I am a co-commissioner of it. But yeah, so we got an interesting lineup for you guys for season 1 of the USL. And guys, if you don't know, back last summer, I created a league called the USL. Well, it was more like I had the idea of it way before summer happened, but I just didn't put it into effect until summer happened because I was still in school at the time. But we are here. It is now. It is time. I'm ready for this. Okay. So this is gonna be basically the same type of order as with my PCBL, except this one's normal tiers instead of what they had set up. So this will be a little bit easier to understand. Okay. So we're gonna start off with my Mega. This Mega was close to my first round pick. I do not remember what order picks I made, in all honesty. I just know I picked what I picked. When we get to a certain mon, I will tell you I made a trade because currently it is week 2, and I've done my week 2 battle. You will see that later, probably Sunday, because I'm gonna record that video after I record another video, and then another, and then that one. So it's gonna be fun. So yeah, let's get into it. So my first pick, basically this was my first pick. I decided to pick up my Mega, and you know, out of all the Megas I could have picked, I decided just to go with something that I have been using a little bit recently that's seemed to work pretty decently. I chose Mega Blastoise. Now, Mega Blastoise has that wonderful Mega Launcher ability. Now, Mega Launcher increases launch type moves such as Flash Cannon, Aurora Sphere. I think it increases Aurora Sphere. I could be wrong. Ice Beam. I've been confused because I've heard that Skull does not get boosted, but I don't know. And we got some nice clean stats here. 79 base HP, very, very nice, very beautiful. We got base 103 attack, which that is actually nothing to be ashamed of, in all honesty. Because you can actually do quite a bit of work with that. 120 defense, which is amazing. Because basically, you put in the values, and you can make this thing last a good bit and do some major work. 135 special attack, which is really, really good. 115 special defense, that's pretty good, and then 78 base speed, that's not too bad. But I mean, it could be better. But this is just a start to the draft. But let's just say it's gonna go downhill from here. So we're gonna move on to the next pick. My next pick, I decided to grab a fairy type and it's my tier 1 pick. I was really debating on two fairy types in this one. In tier 1, I was debating on Sylveon. I was debating on Clefable. Well, I went with Clefable. Clefable is a very interesting mon, to say the least. It kind of does the same thing what Sylveon does, but it's a little bit bulkier and has a couple better abilities, being that Magic Guard and Unaware. Unaware basically is to where any stat changes it ignores, I believe. Magic Guard keeps you from taking Stealth Rocks, Life Orb, Toxic, Burn, damage, stuff like that. So you can get poisoned all you want, but you will not take the poison damage, which is really, really good. And its stats are decent. Decent HP, decent special attack, decent special defense. Its attack, defense, and then speed are a little lackluster. But, I mean, it's a really good bulky mon. You can really do damage to a person's team if you run it correctly. So, hopefully I can run it correctly. We will see what happens. And, I think Clefable's winking at us. Clefable, what you doing, mate? What you doing, mate? I'm walking it. Okay. We're gonna move on to my tier 2 pick. And I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna put it up on the screen. Boom. 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 Yeah. I got this mon again. We got Cresselia, aka Bay. I swear, I'm addicted to this mon. I really need to stop drafting it. It's a really good mon, and paired with Clefable and Mega Blastoise, like, I just got a really good defensive core going right now. Cresselia does put in work. I have had it do work before for me in previous leagues and stuff like that. But we'll just see how it goes in this league. I can't wait to see what happens. But yeah. So we're gonna just move on because you already know me. I've drafted Cresselia enough to where I'm comfortable, like really comfortable with it. And yeah. So my next pick is kind of an interesting pick. I've never drafted this mon before. I wanted a ground type that can really prioritize Edgequake very decently. Like, it's not well, but it's decently. So I went with tier 3 in Dugtrio. Now, Dugtrio is quite interesting. It does get priority Sucker Punch. Gets abilities such as Arena Trap and Sand Force. And Sand Force can come in handy if your opponent is bringing a sand team. Like, you just put a certain item on, just have Sand Force on it, and you can just go to town. So, its stats, its only good stats are really its attack and speed. Like, it's very, very frail. Doesn't like taking hits too often. But, like, I just wanted to try it. I want to see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, then I'll figure something out later. But right now, this is going to be on our team. Whether or not we bring in the first 2 weeks, that will be previewed in later videos. But yeah, Dugtrio is a very interesting mon. I can't wait to try and use it. Try to go. Does it even get Stone Edge? Hold on now. Lightning Rod. Oh my god. I just need to make that try. Okay, it gets Earthquake. And it does get Stone Edge. Okay. Whew, okay. I didn't want to look like an idiot, honestly. But yeah, that is Dugtrio. So my next pick is kind of a mon I really fell in love with, especially using it in a certain style. I will not name the style right now. But this mon I've used really well. But here's the thing, guys. This puts another fairy type on our team. I have 2 fairy types. I got a cleric fairy type, and I got a frail, hard-hitting fairy type. Alola Ninetales. Quad weak to steel type moves, understandable. It really does work when it needs to. I've actually done really, really well with Alola Ninetales. The way I run it, like, it just puts in the finest amount of work. Now, when it comes later on in the season, I might have to kind of change it up a little bit. But Alola Ninetales is probably my second favorite mon on this draft, besides Cresselia. Actually, I love Cresselia, but I don't know if it'd be my favorite mon on this draft. It's definitely in the top 5, but I think Alola Ninetales is probably second favorite in this draft. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next one. And okay, this is where my week 2 trade went into effect. Okay, I got the mon that I drafted, but I will tell you the mon that I traded. So the mon that I drafted when I went into the draft, I wanted a ghost type and I wanted a dark type. So I decided to go with Sableye. But after looking at it, its stats really are not that good. The only good thing is Prankster, but with it being nerfed in Gen 7, it kind of makes it not as valuable as it used to be. So what I went ahead and did, I don't have the stats up here right now, but I went ahead and traded Sableye for Spiritomb. And Spiritomb stats, I can just pull it up right now. Spiritomb has really, really good stats. Definitely better than Sableye. It's got base 50 HP, so it's still the same base HP. Base 92 attack and 92 special attack. So that really helps a lot because our attack and special attack are really not the best. We got base 108 defense and special defense. So that really, really helps. But our speed goes down a little bit to base 35. And that kind of brings it down. It's not as fast as Sableye. It doesn't have the priority prankster type stuff. But we're able to live more hits from certain mons than we are with Sableye. And of course, Spiritomb has the 2 abilities of Pressure and Infiltrator, which really can do some good major work, especially with Infiltrator. Opponent sets up screens, we just go in and just destroy it and not have to worry about the defense or special defense increase by screens. And we can also ignore Mist and Safeguard and actually burn stuff. Does it get toxic? We got Destiny Bond as well. I think we get Trick Room with this Mon. We also got this thing learns Icy Wind. This thing does not learn Trick Room. Okay. But this thing learns Icy Wind. If we wanted, we could just mess with the opponent and go for some Curse and just have to make them switch out. Yeah, we got Will-O-Wisp, Toxic. We got Taunt. We got Taunt. We got a lot of good stuff on here. We got Pain Split, so that helps. So we got a bunch of good moves on this mon that can really help us out. It's a little bit different from Sableye, but I think honestly, it helps us. It helps improve the team by a major amount. So yeah, that is Sableye was our tier 4, but now we have my good friend Spiritomb. moving on to the next pick. I decided to grab a Tier 5 Fire. This was like, I think, one of my last picks, if I'm correct. Needless to say, this mon is quite interesting. I never used it before, so it's like Doug Trio, never used it before. I can't wait to try and use it, but I think being a fire normal type is really gonna put in some work. And I decided to draft Pyroar. Now, Pyroar has 3 very good abilities, being Rivalry, Unnerve, and Moxie. Rivalry really comes in handy if your opponent's the same like gender as you. You can do more damage, but unfortunately, the offside of that is if they're the opposite gender, it does less damage. Unnerve basically makes berries useless against you. And then there's Moxie, which just every time you kill him on, your attack just goes up. Like, honestly, like Pyroar is very interesting. Its stats are kind of they're decent, but they're not really good. Luckily, since I got things that are very defensive, I got some stuff that were kind of frail but hit hard as well. So like being able to like just do anything with this mon, since it's got very good speed, being at 106 base, and when you increase that speed to max, hold on, I want to see base speed at max. Let's see, we're gonna 252 plus, and then if we just minus like that, like its base speed is like all total speed is 342, so it's a little bit under Alolan Ninetales, but it's got like Pyroar has better special attack than Ninetales, but a little less speed and is a little bit more frail. Well, I don't know about being frail because Alolan Ninetales is kind of frail, but yeah, Pyroar is going to be a fun mon. I really can't wait to use him, and hopefully he does some major damage for us in season. So moving on to our next pick. I decided to grab a Steel type. I also wanted a Fighting type as well. So Steel Fighting, when you go into this, there's a couple mons that you kind of think of. One, well, I think there's only 2 Steel Fighting mons, if I'm not mistaken. Steel Fighting. We got Lucario and Cobalion. Personally, I really didn't want to go Lucario, mostly for the fact, I mean, it's got really good attack and special attack, but its speed is kind of meh, and it does not have the best defenses. So what I decided to go with my boy Cobalion. And yeah, Cobalion is, I've used it before. It's really done work for me, and I can't wait. Cobalion, just one of those mons that you can definitely rely on when the time comes. And just with the Steel Fighting, like, I think Steel kind of resists psychic attacks, so that kind of helps a little bit. But like, I've used Cobalion. It's really done work for me. I really can't wait to use more of it in this season, this first season. And this is just like, this league, like a lot of my other leagues, I don't really take seriously. But if I'm doing really good, then that's just like a proof that 5-minute preps work for me. I don't know why, but they just do some major work for us. Ooh. Oh, we got an update here, folks, on Yellow League transactions. But anyway, like Valiant is really good. Base 91 HP. Oh God, Combat, what are you doing? Okay, guys, we have 2 transactions for this week. Well, not for this week, but that have been put in the last 10 minutes. The LA Chargers and Coach Combat Mystic have dropped Milotic for Chansey. I don't like that. Chansey is meh. And the LA Lake Guardians have dropped Ambi Palm in exchange for Machamp. So those are 2 interesting trades. Of course, my trade with Sableye for Spiritomb, and then we also had a trade. I believe it was June 14th. What is today? Okay, this is still this week. We had Zone. I forget what he's coach of, but he dropped Ninjask for Munchlax. Honestly, like the only trades that I kind of see that have worked this week are me and probably LA Guardians. Honestly, someone's trying to message me. I swear. Yellow League. What in the world? Okay, anyway. But yeah, we're gonna move on to my next pick. And if you haven't noticed, I kind of have a trend going right now with the 4-legged creatures. I didn't realize till after my draft. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Why do I have so many 4-legged creatures? Okay. So next up is a very interesting mon. And this is also my Z move user. We all get 1 Z move user, and we cannot change it. And if we drop the Z move user, then we don't have a Z move. I kind of screwed up in this department. I decided to do something crazy, dumb, but funny as heck. I decided to draft Savali and make it my Z move user. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Donovan, what? Matrix, Donovan, whatever you want to call me, what are you thinking, mate? Why would you make Savali your Z move user? Well, let me tell you something. I'm recording, dang it! I love my dad. Oh, lordy. But yeah, I made Savali my Z move user, and actually, not gonna lie, like really not gonna lie about this, Savali as a Z move user is pretty interesting because it may look normal. That like this is the one thing that the power ranking guys said about my team. One, if with Savali anyway, is one if I don't bring a Z move and I'm different color, then I'm running a memory. If I do run a Z move, I'll look normal type. So there's that. But yeah, like Savali is just fun. I can't wait to use it. Hopefully he does major work for us. But yeah. Moving on to my next pick. Like, if you haven't noticed, we don't have a dragon type. I guess you could say Savali could be a dragon, but But I don't want to run Savali like that. And since Blastoise gave me 40 extra uh, free points, I was able to get 2 tier 2s and 2 tier 3s. I've gotten a tier 3 and I've gotten a tier 2. So I decided to get another tier 2. And this Mon in tier 2, this dragon, very interesting. So I decided to get Zygarde 10%. I got the Zydoge. Now, this Mon is going to be interesting because I have never used this along with Savali and Dugtrio and Pyroar. There's a good bit of my team that I've not used before, but there's a good bit of my team that I have used before. I guess you could add Spiritomb to the list of mons that I've never used before. But just like the Zygarde 10% is really good. Having base 115 speed and base 100 attack, you choice band it, just make sure speed's all the way. It can just destroy a team if need be. You could scarf it if you want to, make this thing ultra fast and just like hit like a truck. But it's all in perspective. It depends on how I want to use it and what the situation is. So we're going to move on to my final pick. Oh, well, can't hide it now. Final pick, I decided to go for a grass type. I decided to grab Roserade. And the reason I grabbed Roserade was for the fact that Roserade can really put in work. And it just... two very good abilities with Natural Cure and Technician. Technician upping moves like Hidden Power to help with that. Like, it just does some major good work. Just base 125 special attack is really good. Base 90 speed is not bad. 105 special defense, decent. Its HP, attack, and defense are just meh. But, you know, like this team that I drafted, guys, it's really fun. I can't wait to use it. And you'll see how we do in the first couple weeks. But, yeah, guys, like this is our team for USL Season 1. I cannot wait to see how this goes. I will talk to you later, guys. I got some more videos to record and stuff like that. So I love y'all. Leave that like button down below. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Take care. I love y'all. Deuces.